Welcome to the Ainfluencer podcast, your go-to hub for influencer marketing, e-commerce, and affiliate strategies. Follow us to uncover success stories, expert advice, and practical insights to elevate your brand. This is the Ainfluencer podcast, your guide to mastering influence and transforming your business. Stay tuned.
Welcome to our deep dive. Today, we're going to be talking all about how user-generated content, UGC, is changing marketing as we know it.
You got it.
We've got some excerpts here from user-generated content and influencer marketing, a comprehensive analysis.
Okay.
Really want to dig into how UGC is so much more than just like a fad or a trend. It's like this whole new way that we connect with brands. So get ready to go a little bit deeper than those basic, surface level stats and really understand how things are working, because it gets pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how we've kind of shifted, right?
Right.
From that super polished marketing, the top-down approach,
Yeah,
to a place where being real and authentic is what really matters.
totally.
It's almost like consumers have just decided, like, you know what? I'd rather hear from other people than the brands themselves.
Yeah, it's like that whole people trust people thing, right? But when it comes to UGC, like, what makes it so powerful? I mean, 92% of consumers trust it more than, brand advertisements. That's huge. Is it just that it feels more like, I don't know, real?
I think it's more than just realness.
Okay.
Think about it this way. When your friend tells you about something great they tried, you're way more likely to, actually listen, right?
Right.
Because they're not trying to sell you something.
Yeah, no ulterior motives.
Exactly. UGC taps into that same feeling, It's like getting a recommendation from someone you trust, even if you don't actually know them personally, and they're not getting paid to say it, so it just feels genuine, right?
Right.
It's like that whole social proof thing. We want to try things that we see other people enjoying.
Okay, so it's less about, straight up marketing and more about word of mouth, just, amplified.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like word of mouth, but, on a massive scale.
Yeah.
And that's where I think influencer marketing comes in, right? It's gone from just, basic celebrity endorsements to this huge multi-billion-dollar industry.
Wow.
These people with, huge online followings, they're the new tastemakers.
Looking to connect with your audience and make your product go viral? Meet Ainfluencer.com, the end-to-end marketplace that connects you with over 1 million Instagram and TikTok influencers for free. With no subscriptions or fees, Ainfluencer.com makes it easy to find the perfect collaboration partners for your brand instantly. Its AI-powered system does the heavy lifting, matching you with influencers based on niche demographics, past performance, and engagement. Start your campaign directly from your Ainfluencer dashboard or your Shopify store in seconds. Manage everything from inviting influencers and negotiating deals to secure payments and performance analytics all in one place. Handle influencer-curated lists, affiliate marketing, and content creation, even translated into 200+ languages, all without paying any platform fees. Unlimited use, forever free. Visit Ainfluencer.com today and take your brand to the next level.
I mean, that's interesting, but doesn't that kind of contradict the whole authenticity thing?
Yeah.
Because influencers are getting paid to promote things, right?
Yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah.
But, you see, the most successful influencers, they've built their following by being relatable and genuine. So their content still feels like it's coming from, a friend, even if, a brand is behind it somewhere.
Okay.
And that's a big part of why it works. 84% of marketing pros say it's super effective. And something like 69% of consumers, they trust influencer recommendations just as much as they trust, their friends and family.
So it's almost like a hybrid approach.
Right.
You've got the trust that comes with UGC, but then the reach of, an influencer.
Exactly. And the real magic happens when you combine those two, right? Imagine an influencer is talking about this awesome new gadget.
Right.
Then they tell their followers, hey, share your experiences, do this challenge.
Yeah.
And boom, a ton of UGC pops up. It takes that message so much further than the influencer could ever do alone.
Yeah. It's like they're adding fuel to the fire.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of why campaigns that use UGC have conversion rates that are almost 30% higher than traditional marketing.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Right. People are more likely to actually do something
Yeah.
if they feel like they're part of a conversation.
So it's not just Like, hey, buy this. It's like,
Right.
hey, let's talk about this.
Exactly. A dialogue, not a monologue.
Yeah, I like that.
And that brings us to the core of why UGC matters in influencer marketing.
Oh, okay.
It's not just about adding in some customer reviews. It's about being real and building trust.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that's where UGC being seen as 2.4 times more authentic than brand-created content really comes in.
Yeah. Think about it. You're scrolling through your feed and you see a perfectly polished ad.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see a post from someone you follow who's actually excited about this new coffee shop they found.
Right.
Who are you going to trust more?
Probably the person, honestly.
Exactly. And that's why 70% of people say UGC has a big impact on what they decide to buy.
Mm.
They're seeing real experiences, not just marketing.
But doesn't influencer content sometimes get a little, I don't know, too polished?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I can spot an hashtag ad from a mile away.
You're right. And that's where things get a little complicated.
Yeah.
If it starts to feel staged, like it's scripted, it just loses that power.
Mm-hmm.
Consumers, especially like millennials, they can tell when something's fake.
Yeah, they're savvy.
They want authenticity.
Mm.
There's research that shows that organic user-generated content is almost 10 times more impactful than influencer content that feels fake.
Wow.
So brands have to be careful.
Yeah, it sounds like a balancing act.
It is.
You want to work with influencers, but you also want to make sure that the content feels genuine to the audience.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where the influencer is credible,
Right.
but the UGC is authentic.
And when you find that...
Oh, the results can be amazing.
Okay, so we've talked about how UGC brings authenticity and builds trust.
Right.
But does that actually get people to, like, engage more with the brand?
That's where that two-way dialogue comes in.
Okay.
With UGC, it's not just brands talking at people, it's a conversation.
Right.
It's not passive, it's about participating,
Mm-hmm.
sharing your own stories and experiences. And social media campaigns that include UGC see a 50% increase in engagement on average.
It's like those hashtag challenges you see all over TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
People love to be creative, to be a part of something bigger.
Exactly. And every comment, every share, that just expands the reach.
Yeah.
It turns those followers into like mini influencers themselves.
That's interesting.
Think about that Barbie selfie challenge.
Yeah. It's huge. Over 1.5 million posts just on Instagram.
Wow.
It all started from that one simple interactive tool.
So UGC turns marketing into this like collaborative thing.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't just watching, they're creating.
Yeah, it's that snowball effect.
Yeah.
And it leads to something really important, the power of UGC to actually change buying behavior.
Okay, let's talk about the bottom line here. How does it get people to actually buy things?
Think of it as like the best kind of social proof, right?
Okay.
You might trust an influencer, but then you see all these real people loving a product that seals the deal.
Like a bunch of mini reviews.
Yeah. And that's why ads with UGC have click-through rates 4 times higher.
Wow.
And the cost per click is 50% lower.
That makes sense.
It's about more than just the influencer's endorsement. It's about showing that other people are actually having good experiences with it.
It's like a chorus of people saying, hey, this thing is legit.
Exactly. And that's super important, especially for millennials.
They trust UGC 50% more than brand-created content.
It's a big gap.
It's not just millennials, though. Over 84% of consumers say they trust peer recommendations more than traditional ads.
I mean, it makes sense. We trust people who are like us.
That's human nature.
So we've seen that UGC is this like game changer in influencer marketing. It makes campaigns more authentic, more engaging, more persuasive.
Yeah.
But how do brands actually like make it work? What are the tactics that actually get people to, create content?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the specific techniques brands are using to make UGC a core part of their influencer marketing.
I am all ears.
We'll jump into those tactics.
Hold on, wait, no breaks this time. We're going straight in.
Okay.
So let's get tactical. How are brands using UGC in their influencer marketing? What are some of the things they're doing?
Well, I think one of the most basic but effective methods is like the branded hashtag.
Right.
You're basically creating a central hub for all the UGC related to a campaign.
Okay, so instead of having it scattered all over the place, it's
Yeah.
all organized under this like one searchable thing.
Exactly. It's like a curated stream of, authentic content and perspectives.
Right.
Brands can encourage both influencers and their audience to use the hashtag.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like this digital scrapbook for the whole campaign.
I see.
Think about Calvin Klein's #MyCalvins campaign.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that the one with, like, Justin Bieber and everyone posting in their underwear?
Exactly. It was bold, for sure.
Yeah.
But it sparked a ton of UGC. People wanted to share their own #MyCalvins moments.
Yeah.
And the hashtag just exploded.
It's crazy how something so simple can become this massive global thing.
Right. Over 870,000 posts just on Instagram, and something like 1 million creators jumped in on it.
It's interesting how it's not just about the hashtag itself, though. It's about who's using it. When you've got those big names involved, it's bound to get attention.
You need that initial spark. And then people see what others are doing, and they want to do it too. Like that Coca-Cola #ShareACoke campaign. Remember that one?
Yeah.
They took their logos off the bottles and replaced them with names.
Everyone was searching for their name, right? Taking pictures and everything.
Exactly. It wasn't just about finding your name. It was about sharing that with other people. It became this whole social experience.
That's pretty clever, turning a bottle of Coke into a reason to connect.
They added 25 million new Facebook followers because of that campaign,
Seriously.
and over 500,000 user photos just in the first year.
That's wild. So hashtags are a great way to collect and curate UGC.
Yeah.
But how do you actually get people to create it in the first place?
That's where social media challenges come in. They're just fun. They get people excited about creating and sharing, especially on places like TikTok and Reels.
Yeah, it seems like every time I open TikTok, there's like a new dance challenge or something.
Exactly. Brands are really leaning into that. They're partnering with influencers to launch these challenges, giving people like a prompt or some guidelines to follow.
Oh, so like Chipotle's #Guac Dance Challenge.
Yep. That's a perfect example.
Right.
They asked people to show off their best dance moves to celebrate National Avocado Day.
I can only imagine those videos.
And to get things rolling, they worked with some popular TikTokers so people could see how it's done.
It makes sense. So did it work?
Oh, it was huge. It became one of the top-performing branded challenges ever on TikTok.
Really?
Chipotle got so much visibility from that, and engagement went way up.
Challenges are a great way to like literally get people moving for your brand. Are there other ways to encourage UGC that aren't like dance related?
Oh, for sure. There are tons of approaches. Brands are getting really creative with collaborations and co-creation.
So instead of just having influencers use the products, they're like involving their audience in the creation process itself.
Exactly. It's about like tapping into the creativity of the whole community, right? An influencer might ask their followers to create a makeup look with a new eyeshadow palette, or come up with like a recipe using a new snack food. Then they'll feature their favorites on their channels.
That's smart. It gives the audience a chance to get involved and show off their skills.
Glossier is a great example.
Oh yeah, I've seen a ton of Glossier stuff.
They've built this massive network of micro-influencers and really loyal customers, you know? They send them products, encourage them to share their thoughts and looks.
Using the hashtag, right?
Yeah, #Glossier. And it's worked incredibly well for them.
It really feels authentic too, like a friend giving you a recommendation, not a brand trying to sell you something.
That's exactly what you want. It's finding that balance, you know,
Right.
between promoting the brand and letting those genuine user experiences shine through.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've got hashtags, challenges, collaborations. What else are brands doing?
Well, they're the classics, like contests and giveaways.
Oh yeah, good old-fashioned contests. Do
Yeah.
they still work?
They really do. People love the chance to win something, whether it's a
Yeah.
prize or just, you know, getting recognized.
Okay, what are some examples of that?
Well, Starbucks did this white cup contest a while back.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They asked people to design their own art on Starbucks cups, and the winner got their design printed on a limited edition cup.
That's a pretty cool prize.
It got a ton of entries and some really positive media coverage. It really strengthened that connection they have with their customers.
So contests are a great way to tap into people's creativity. What about giveaways?
Giveaways are huge, especially on social media.
Yeah.
Like an influencer might ask people to post a photo with a product, tag the brand, follow the page, and then they have a chance to win, like a gift card or something.
Yeah. Simple but effective.
Exactly. But the world of social media is always changing. So brands have to adapt their strategies to keep up with all the new platforms and trends.
Yeah, like TikTok is massive for UGC and influencer marketing now.
Oh, absolutely. TikTok's all about short, engaging videos, and brands are using that.
Okay.
They're creating challenges specifically designed for TikTok, a lot of times with catchy dances or funny skits that people can easily copy.
Right.
And then there are features like Reels Remix on Instagram, where you can take existing content and remix it.
Yeah, it creates this chain reaction of UGC.
Exactly. Brands have to be adaptable to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like a constant evolution, right?
It is, and they need to get creative. They can't just stick to hashtags and challenges. Things like AR filters are becoming huge for interactivity and personalization.
Yeah. I love playing around with those. Trying on makeup or seeing how furniture would look in my living room.
It's fun, and it's super shareable, which just leads to more UGC.
So we've covered a lot. Hashtags, challenges, collaborations, AR. Are there any big picture strategies brands can use to make UGC a regular thing?
One of the best is to focus on community building and ambassador programs.
No.
It's about creating a loyal following that consistently generates content, not just for one specific campaign.
So like turning customers into brand advocates.
Exactly. And think about brands like Lululemon and Red Bull. They have these amazing ambassador programs where they partner with athletes or just passionate fans to represent the brand and inspire their followers.
That creates a sense of community, right? Like you're part of something.
Exactly. Those ambassadors become like micro-influencers, constantly posting content and encouraging their followers to get involved. It's a really sustainable way to create authentic UGC.
So it's about building something long-term, not just like chasing after viral moments.
Exactly. It's about creating a culture of UGC within your community, making people feel like they're a part of the brand's story.
I like that. It makes marketing feel more human, less transactional.
Exactly.
Are you an Amazon seller dreaming of explosive sales growth? Tired of struggling to reach new customers? You're not alone. Scaling your Amazon business can be tough, but what if there was a secret weapon? Introducing AlgoRift, the all-in-one Amazon affiliate platform that connects you with over 100,000 eager affiliates ready to promote your products across the web. Imagine this: a massive army of influencers and content creators, all working to drive traffic and sales directly to your Amazon listings. With AlgoRift, this dream becomes a reality. AlgoRift simplifies the entire Amazon affiliate marketing process. Simply connect your Amazon account, sync your products, and set your personalized commission rates. Then invite top-notch affiliates to join your program, all within the AlgoRift platform. No more messy spreadsheets, complicated tracking links, or juggling multiple platforms. AlgoRift.ai handles it all. You can chat directly with your affiliates, negotiate personalized commissions, and manage all your payments in one convenient place. Ready to maximize the power of affiliate marketing? Visit AlgoRift.ai today and claim your free trial. AlgoRift.ai. Connect, collaborate, conquer.
But let's be real, sometimes things go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the challenges and risks that come with UGC, and how can brands deal with those?
That's a good question because I've definitely seen some hashtag hijackings and PR disasters that started with good intentions.
You're right. One of the biggest challenges is keeping things safe for the brand. When you open things up to the public, you can't control what everyone's going to post.
Right. Someone could post something negative or just totally off-brand.
Exactly. So brands need to be prepared. They need a good plan for monitoring and moderating the UGC.
Okay, like what?
They might need to set clear guidelines for what kind of content they want, or use tools to filter out inappropriate stuff, or even have a team dedicated to engaging with the community and managing any issues.
So it's not just about encouraging people to create stuff, it's about managing it all.
You have to be proactive. You can't just let the hashtag loose and hope for the best.
So brand safety is super important. What other challenges do brands run into?
Well, another big one is finding that balance between authenticity and control.
That's a tricky one.
You want to make sure the content aligns with your brand, but if you try to control it too much, it'll just feel fake.
Yeah, you don't want to be too heavy-handed.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
Right.
You want to give people some guidance and inspiration, but without squashing their creativity and enthusiasm.
It's got to be genuine.
Exactly. Let people tell their stories, but make sure those stories fit with your brand's values.
So it's a collaboration, not a dictatorship. You have to trust your audience a little bit.
Yeah, trust and mutual respect.
Yeah.
And that leads to another challenge, dealing with negative UGC.
Yeah, that can't be fun.
You have to be ready to handle criticism sometimes when you invite feedback.
I can see how that's hard for some brands.
It takes a change in mindset.
Okay.
Ignoring or deleting negative comments can backfire big time.
Really? Why?
It makes people think you're not listening or that you're hiding something.
So how should brands handle that stuff?
Be transparent. Be responsive. If someone posts something negative, acknowledge it. Apologize if you need to. Show that you're listening and that you want to improve.
Yeah, I guess that turns a potential problem into an opportunity to connect with your audience.
Exactly. But not all negative UGC is bad,
Right.
Sometimes it's real feedback that can help you get better.
Right.
Sometimes it's just someone venting. You have to be able to tell the difference and respond appropriately.
So be discerning, not just defensive.
Exactly. And then there's the challenge of sheer volume.
Oh, yeah. I bet that can get overwhelming.
If you have a successful campaign, you can end up with a ton of content.
It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Right. Managing it all can be a lot.
So how do you even begin to, sort through it all?
You need a way to organize, filter, and curate the UGC.
Okay.
Whether that's manually or using tools, the goal is to highlight the best stuff, the stuff that fits with your brand's message.
And you have to respect the creator's rights, too.
Of course. It's like finding the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. So managing UGC is like being a curator.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, you need to be organized and have a good eye.
Speaking of curating, let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Let's look at some brands that have really nailed this UGC and influencer marketing combo.
All right. I'm ready for some success stories.
Okay, let's hear about those success stories. I'm ready for some inspiration.
Let's start with a classic, Starbucks and their White Cup contest. This was back in 2014. Their goal was to get people talking, to get the Starbucks community really excited.
They basically turned their cups into, blank canvases.
Right. It was so simple, but it really worked. They asked customers to decorate a cup, take a picture, and share it with the hashtag White Cup contest.
It was everywhere.
And Starbucks was already big on social media, so they didn't need to rely on, big-name influencers.
They were their own influencer, kind of.
Exactly. They encouraged people to participate, and they showcased all those submissions.
And they got thousands of entries, right? Everything from little doodles to, full-on art pieces. And it wasn't just online, either. They got a ton of positive press coverage just from that user-generated content.
That's free publicity.
The best kind. And the winner, they got their design printed on a limited edition reusable cup.
Talk about a dream come true for a Starbucks fan.
Right. It was all about that sense of community and co-creation. It showed that sometimes the best ideas come from the customers themselves.
It's a good reminder that you don't always need some fancy, complicated campaign. Sometimes a simple idea is all it takes.
Absolutely. Okay, now let's talk about a campaign that really took over the world. Coca-Cola's Share a Coke.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
It was brilliant. They replaced their logos with names, so each bottle became this personal thing.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Right. Everyone was searching for their name or their friends' names, taking pictures, sharing them with the hashtag Share a Coke hashtag.
I remember seeing those pictures everywhere.
It was impossible to miss. And that was kind of the point. They tapped into that human need to connect, to feel like you belong.
Yeah. It wasn't just about finding your name on a bottle. It was about sharing that with other people.
It made it social. It turned a simple bottle of Coke into a conversation starter.
It's crazy how they turned something so ordinary into this huge phenomenon.
They added 25 million new Facebook followers just from that campaign.
Wow. But did it actually increase sales?
Sometimes those viral campaigns don't actually translate into real results.
Right.
But this one did. Coke sales went up by 2% in the U.S. alone.
That's a lot, especially for a company that big.
It shows that when you get people genuinely engaged, it can have a real impact on your bottom line.
So it's about making marketing feel personal, like you're part of it.
Exactly. People don't just want to be told what to buy. They want to be a part of the story.
Okay, what's another example?
Well, there's Apple and their Shot on iPhone campaign. They've been doing this for years, and it's still going strong.
Oh, yeah. Those amazing pictures you see everywhere on billboards and online.
Exactly. They've turned regular iPhone users into, professional photographers.
It really shows off what the iPhone camera can do.
The idea is simple. Encourage people to take awesome pictures and videos with their iPhones and share them with the hashtag #ShotOnIPhone.
I've seen so many incredible photos from that campaign.
Right. And Apple takes the best ones and uses them in their marketing. It's a win-win.
Yeah, Apple gets tons of high-quality content for free.
And the users get their work seen by millions of people.
And maybe even get famous.
It's created a whole community of iPhone photographers who are all trying to get featured by Apple. The hashtag has something like 24 million posts just on Instagram.
That's insane. It's like this ongoing cycle of inspiration and like creative competition.
Exactly. It shows what can happen when you turn your customers into your biggest fans and advocates.
So all these case studies really highlight one important thing. It's about letting customers be a part of the brand's story.
Yeah, it's about tapping into their creativity, their enthusiasm, their unique perspectives.
And it's about making those genuine connections, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When people feel like they're part of a community, when their voices are heard, they're more likely to create and share things that other people will connect with.
It's marketing that feels human, not just like some corporate message.
Exactly. That's the power of UGC and influencer marketing.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It is.
We've talked about how UGC can make campaigns more real, more engaging, more successful.
And how it can boost those all-important business results.
And it's not just about throwing a hashtag out there, right?
No.
It's about creating a culture of participation, making people feel valued, and turning your audience into your most powerful advocates.
So as you navigate this crazy world of marketing, remember the power of UGC.
Embrace those authentic voices.
Keep those conversations going.
And let those creative sparks fly.
Until next time.
Wish your videos could speak the world's language? Imagine your videos breaking through language barriers and reaching billions more people who speak over 200 languages different from yours. Whether you're a brand, influencer, or podcaster,
C'est per te è importante quanto per If smelling good 24 hours. Si pour toi il est aussi important. Si para ti es tan importante como para mí oler rico 24.
language shouldn't hold you back from reaching larger audiences. Create a video and distribute it in 200+ languages. How does that sound? Our AI-powered video translation makes it possible with just a click. So why limit your reach? Work smarter. Create one video and turn it into 200+ localized versions.
Horas al día. Tengo que recomendarte Cleansen.
Whether you're a business expanding globally, an influencer connecting with diverse followers, or a YouTuber growing your channel, one thing is clear. Language barriers are a thing of the past. With just a few clicks, you can translate your videos into multiple languages,
Would you like me to translate that?
instantly connecting with audiences worldwide. It's simple. Upload your video. Choose the languages to translate to. Let our AI work its magic. In minutes, your video will be transformed with accurate tone, voice, subtitles, and even voiceover options, ready to captivate audiences in any language.
Last a very long time on your body. There are fragrances for both
Don't wait. The world is watching. Join thousands of businesses, influencers, and content creators who trust our AI to take their content to a global stage. It's time to start up. Brand ID is your digital hub.